Hello. I was rushed right now, so I'm like, okay, for some reason so oh shit. Okay, so I guess there might be somebody coming up that needs your assistance in some way, that's needing you to really pay attention to their eye contact, or what they're saying without saying something. So I'm not trying to be I don't know, the way I came about this understanding is why I'm laughing, because but it's not a funny situation, so take it seriously. You might even be in a place where you're all boisterous and in a good mood, and then something comes up. So anyway, but my dog, he the dad, he's always humping one of his kids or whatever, and it's a boy, he's neutered, the son is neutered, but he's hey man, stop, so he comes up to me or whatever, and he's just looking at me get this guy away from me or whatever. Anyway, so it took me a minute, but I figured it out. Anyway, but then it happened again, so the fact, and it was a different situation, but anyway, it was making me laugh because of how it was going on, and it's just kind of whatever, but this might be a more serious situation for that person that's experiencing it, so be open to it, I guess. But yeah, that was something I was gonna I should have wrote this stuff down. I always forget. Oh yeah, and then I guess this is for people who are more open to mind expansion type of things or whatever, and concepts like that. But I've been prompted in a way to synchronicity wise, been this is what you're supposed to be doing. Anyway, so I had this experience, and it's crazy. Hold on, let me see. I want to try and get my thoughts, maybe write some shit down. Hold on. Pause. Okay, so I wasn't really able to get my head on straight about this because it's such an awkward situation. Each time I was thinking of okay, I'll just say this, and ooh, you gotta get deeper in, go way deep in to even have an understanding of this situation. So it's I can't just toss you in there with, no no lifeboat or paddle or whatever. Let me see. Okay, so I'm just gonna go what I was saying with the mild version, but it's still straight and to the point. So that's all right. This is so weird. Okay, so let me see. I made this tincture with cannabis, okay, and it was I made oil and this healing stuff, and I was gonna use it for lotion or butter or whatever, to cook with, whatever. Anyway, I had a tincture of what was left behind, where you mix the alcohol to thin it out, and then you keep that on. I had it in the freezer, and somebody came and was like, oh, here, look what I found. And I was like, oh yeah, that was there. And I was usually you're supposed to it's a tiny little bottle, you see, it's okay, something smaller than this, and you just get a little tiny little dab like that, and you and that's it. That's what you're supposed to do. But I don't know what I was thinking, and I was oh, and I just opened it up and took a swig because Well, it was in a like little shot bottle, but I took way more than I was supposed to. And I was like, oh no, like I'm gonna have to go take a little nap. And like, okay, this is still awkward because I'm like not even sure what I should be saying, and like I'm in a, you know, state where it's okay to do this. So okay, that's one thing, but I've, you know, always used it like medicinally. Anyway, so I was like walking to my room and I was like, you know, like my arms and legs weren't like, I was like really like, it was extreme. So I go to lay down and oh my gosh, I can't, like, this is too much. I'm like flopping around, like, so it was like, I was like, really, I was good because I was safe and, you know, whatever, but like, I was, not flopping, like, in a bad way, but like, if I was like, trying to reach for my phone or something like that, like, instead of just, like, going and grabbing, it was like, I was like, like, anyway, it was, like, pretty bad. So, I'm laying there, and then all of a sudden, I see this, like, okay, this is crazy. So, okay, that's what I should have done, was, like, drawn it. I started seeing, like, images of my life from, like, when I was, like, way young, and, you know, just, like, my whole life, just, like, it was, like, a little image, and then it, like, it would come into view, and it was just made up of, like, different lines, like a total, hologram or whatever. So, it was just, like, these different lights going choo 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 whatever, you know, but in the center of the image there was a picture, and each time it would, like, I'd see the picture, it would be like a memory, but it would be like not like major memory, like there were some that like I could be like, okay, yeah, that was, but it was like, this is a chain link fence that used to be outside your front yard when you were 2 years old or something, like it was like different, you're like, yes, that was my fence or whatever. Like, just like weird kind of random images or whatever, you know. But so they started like piling up, and then it goes and it like makes this like building, you know. I don't know if you can see my hands, but so it like the images start going one by one, but it builds up and it goes, you know, and then it's like your building of memories, and then right next to it there's another one, another one, and it was like a city, you know, buildings, with each person's like memories saved or something like that, like, and then it pans over and there's more buildings being built, and then there's these people who are on them, and they're like going and climbing to the top, and they have this like sword or some tool or something like that, and they're like digging into the certain spot, and they're like carving out, and they're breaking the buildings down and stuff. And I was just seeing this whole thing, and I'm like, what's going on here, you know? And then this is so weird to talk about right now. So then this like kind of disembodied head thing with like other people's, you know, like there's like a group of people like looming down on you type of thing, you know. And let me see, what's the water? So then they go this voice says, like, so this is like a trip to talk about. So I don't know if I should be, I don't know. Shoot, let me see. So it's like saying like this voice is like saying like, we believe you're here to bring down the Matrix. And I was just like, ooh, what are we talking about? Like, and I got all like fucking like started cracking my knuckles and getting ready to to like, you know, do do something, you know? And it was so weird because I was like, oh, and I noticed it with myself where I was like, defensive much or whatever, you know? And I was just like, so you think I'm one of those people over there that's like carving out of those buildings and shit? And they were like, well, you know, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, let's see. And then all of a sudden, like, I'm starting to, like, this conversation with this, like, thing or whatever. And then my, like, awareness, like, it's like I was, like, going away. And, like, my awareness of, like, the conversation was just, like, it was like I was over here when they were walking down the hallway type of shit or whatever. And so I, like, don't hear what's being said, really. But I kind of, you know, I'm, like, seeing what they're saying. And there's, like, more images where they're like, you did this before, and you did this, you know. I'm like, okay, whatever, you know, talking. But I can't hear the whole thing. And then, when I start coming back to, like, awareness within, like, my body again or whatever, I was like, and that is why I'm here. To bring down the Matrix. And it was like, what am I saying right now? Like, I was like, what? What are you doing? What are you doing? Like, I was like, oh my gosh, what's going on? And it was crazy. So then, like, the only thing I can really remember is, like, me trying to explain or express to them that, you know, like, everyone has the ability to have a true connection with Source. You just need to open yourself up to it. And it's like a pledge, like you make the choice to, you know, look within and get that understanding of connection within yourself. And once you do that, you are free to do whatever, you know. But when you're stuck in the Matrix outlook where, you know, the image for some reason, I guess I'll draw it right now, it's basic, but it was just like for some reason it was like a IV bag type of thing, you know, like in the hospital type of whatever, you know. I don't know. This is a bad picture, but it was just like just writing on the side. A little tubing, maybe. I don't know, whatever. So just like an IV bag, but okay, so basically this is like the plastic, you know, this is the fluid in the middle, and this is like the air bubbles or whatever, you know. And so, you know, if you're looking at this as the entire thing, you're seeing this as the thing. This is the IV bag or whatever, you know. But the air bubbles are being looked at as, like, the ones who are awakened within the Matrix that know that this isn't what they are or whatever, you know. And it sounds weird, but, like, they're saying, like, well, if we are the entire thing, then why are you saying that we don't have, that this isn't what it really is, you know? And it's like, when you have the realization within yourself, then you realize that this isn't what it is, you know? Like, I know it's so weird as an IV bag, but, that was the image I had in my head, where am I at with this? Yikes. It was just like trying to allow them to embrace their own awareness and not become confined to what it is stated that it is or whatever, you know. So within yourself, and then once you have that, like, everybody has the potential to be just, you know, whatever it is that they truly desire to be or feel they are or want to be or whatever, you know. So anyway, that was my, like, Matrix story. And, like, what else happened? I think I just took, like, a long nap. But that was, like, the part. Like, I couldn't do anything. I was so, like, I took too much. So, but I'm fine. I'm fine. It was it was, yeah, an experience, to say the least. But it was the craziest thing because I, like, saw all these things, like, and, like, all this stuff starts happening later where I'm like, I saw, like, that's what it was, like, so it was just, like, crazy confirmations everywhere. Like, I've kept it to myself mostly. I've told a couple people that, like, I felt would be open or understanding to, like, that even being a thing or whatever, but, like, otherwise, like, this is crazy that I'm even saying those right now. But there's been a lot more that was leading up to this, for me to have that understanding that I have. And so I think just, if you have intuitions that you don't really take seriously, or visions, where you know things, or maybe you hear a repetitive message or something like that, like, start paying more attention to it, and do, what you feel within you is what you should be doing at this moment, type of thing, so, oh my goodness. Okay, alright, well, I did it. I did the thing. I feel really awkward about it, because I feel like I kind of left it off, maybe is it open or something? I don't know, but also, since watching the Matrix after this stuff happened to me, I'm like, oh my god. So it's crazy, deep understandings that I have, but it's kind of hard to explain. And it's like when you say something and you're like, yeah, this whole thing, and somebody's like, what are you talking about? They have no concept, never even thought of that being a truth or something like that, and you're like, I don't know what to do here. So I don't know, I guess this is it's a time to start, being more open to your other senses, I guess, so should we do a rating, or should I just cut it off, huh? I wasn't even sure what story I was going to talk about, because, I've been prompted, your story, your message, I'm like, what is it? Which one? What do you what are we talking about here? And then it was, well, that one. I've, through these different meditations and everything, that's a good one, I guess, to get you guys on, different understanding, I guess, is, what I've been saying after these, meditations. One was, where I was shown that God sees through our eyes, the universe sees through our eyes, every one of our, every one of us, and, is, just right here, living alongside us, but we're not, taking that in consideration, but, I lost track. What was it? Oh yeah, everybody's supposed to see what they see, what, each individual is seeing is meant for them, whatever song it is, whatever catches your ear, within a song, or a statement, whatever message it is, is meant for you to experience that in order to get all the information that you need to get for your, walk in life and everything. So it's even somebody that's walking past you down the street, or, at the store, or wherever you go, and even, minimal contact, is still in your life in some way to teach you about something, whether it's how to be or how not to be, or, whatever it is that you need to take in at that time, but, so, even if you're watching, a movie, and, at the movies, a bunch of people there, whatever, and there's something going on the screen, not everybody's really looking, the majority, you're all seeing the same thing, but, within the show or the movie, within the screen, you're still individually focused on something that might not be the same as somebody else, so, what you're supposed to see at that moment is what you're supposed to see, and so, take in whatever it is that catches your eye, or, perks your attention, and really see what the deeper meaning or understanding might be towards why it is that you're being made aware of this, So, let me see. What was I gonna say? I keep feeling like I'm yeah. So that's what, yeah, basically, I guess that's it. That's what's up. Alright. I'm just gonna start another one, do, label this as something else, and then I'm gonna do a reading